You're incredibly uninformed, son. The title of the video is "Here's my position as it stands." I never claimed to be informed. The reason I'd like to attract the attention of some vegans is to understand your arguments. The problem is that you're all trying to proselytize to me. Okay, so let's break this down into something that you might be able to understand, right? You've chosen a lifestyle that you think is correct, and I've chosen a lifestyle that I think is correct. I'm not here to change your mind, and you're not going to change my mind. This is similar to when an atheist meets a Christian. We can choose to agree on a lot of things, but we're going to disagree on whether or not the Christian God exists. Right? This is simple. I have no desire to prove to a Christian that God does not exist. I would like to understand why they think that God exists. Similarly, in order to benefit myself and be able to get on with more humans on the planet and understand more different points of view, I would like to understand as many different people's reasonings as possible for why they are vegans. Some of them make a lot of sense and a lot of them don't. And I've found that a lot of vegans don't even really think through their own arguments. The reasons that they themselves are vegans, those reasons are flawed a lot of the time. Not all the time. And their reasons for wanting me to be vegan are deeply flawed. Vegans can be dicks, but yeah, here's some critique. Anyone who seriously advocates for the release of all animals immediately or uses this concept for the inverse doesn't understand how supply-demand chains work. Why? What does that mean? Obviously, anybody who says stop immediately doesn't understand how the supply and demand chain works. That was kind of the point I was making. And you're making it sound here like that never happens, like nobody ever says that. Have you even seen Cowspiracy? What does that mean, uses this concept for the inverse? What's the concept? That some people advocate for the fact that they want all the cows to be released, right? So using that concept for the inverse, saying, how do you use that concept for the inverse? I don't understand. Is he saying that I'm not allowed to clowningly say that? I don't get it. Let me listen to that again. Anyone who seriously advocates for the release of all animals immediately or uses this concept for the inverse doesn't understand how supply-demand chains work. Uses this concept for the inverse. But there are people who say that. So am I not allowed to defend, in this person's point of view, I'm not allowed to address that on my channel? Because if I address that particular point of view, therefore I don't understand how the supply and demand chain works. Even though that's exactly what I was saying, the very point I was making, well, apart from the fact that there isn't enough space for them on the planet, which is the obvious one, but it's not going to work. When I say the collapse of society, what I mean is, you know, economically, if the economics of any one system go down, we're talking like petrol as well, right? So if you just decided suddenly to switch off all petrol, yeah, how long do you think it'd take before there were riots in the streets? Because seriously, it is a massive industry that everybody relies upon, you know? So think about that. And then think about the same thing with cows, right? I have my own issues with vegans and I eat a vegan diet. I have my own issues with vegans and I eat a vegan diet. Oh my God, how pathetic is that? It's ridiculous. Obviously, your concerns with vegans are therefore going to be different from mine. You fucking moron. You're not in the same situation that I'm in. Your problem with vegans is probably the fact that they're all fucking idiots. And the reason they're all idiots is because it's a fucking cult. My problem with vegans is that they are wrong. I get that they're annoying, but this video is relentless strawman. This is stupid. Who the fuck am I strawmanning? Am I strawmanning myself? What the fuck? I've heard these arguments said. Oh my god, this is fucking ridiculous. The video is, let me read the title of the video again. The video is Hysteria, that's me, versus Veganism. Here's my position as it stands. Like, what the fuck? Here's my position as it fucking stands. How can I strawman myself, you stupid cunt? And misrepresentative of reasonable arguments from both sides. Oh my god, you ignorant piece of shit. Right. Obviously, it's misrepresentative of arguments from either side. The reason is because this is how I understand it as it fucking stands. That's why the title is what it is. That's why there's that huge fucking monologue at the start, and I didn't just upload some random script without any kind of introduction. The point is that this is my view. This is how I see things. And the only answer I ever get from you people is, well, why don't you go get informed? Well, I'm asking you what it is that you think the answer is, because there are fucking millions of different answers. And you know what? I don't trust any of these websites, to be honest with you, because they're all very, very, very opinionated. So I'm not going to take their facts as gospel. But I'd like to know which facts, in quotes, it is that you believe. I feel like I say this all the time. I'm kind of getting bored of saying it, but nobody seems to understand what I mean when I say we all have the right to vote. Every single one of us has the potential to alter the life of the others. Okay? Someone once said that democracy is 3 wolves and a sheep deciding what they're going to have for dinner. And that's very true. But let's look at it another way. It might be 3 educated people and 1 stupid person deciding what they're going to do with the future of the fucking planet. Or, alternatively, it might be 3 stupid people and 1 educated person.